All right, Fambul, good evening, and I want to take welcome Unu to another edition of the program Ports R. Ports R, na the program with the Sierra Leone Ports and Harbours Authority, they bring come to Unu in a way for bring the plans them, the things them what they do, for tell you about waiting and role, and for tell you about waiting stakeholder na the ports of Sierra Leone they do. Well, me when they bring the program to Unu for sake of the Sierra Leone Ports and Harbours Authority, me na Mac Ivan Kat Mindivandi. Me na the head of media and public relations at the Sierra Leone Ports and Harbours Authority. Inside the program today, they can talk about revenue generation, how the ports they generate copper, and we same way so they talk about ports development, waiting the management of the Ports and Harbours Authority. They do, don't they do, and one for develop the ports of Freetown for me and you too. We better and for quality service delivery. And same way, so we're going to talk about customer relation and satisfaction. How you and a customer when they use the port, they get satisfied, waiting, day around that one day. We'll talk about them inside the program. You they get we on Radio Democracy 98.1 and the same way so on Choice FM 93.3 FM and also on Radio Democracy Facebook page. Inside the program today for talk about this insightful topic, I get with me the Director of Finance, Ambi Galejo, na the Ports and Harbours Authority, in the person of Tambak Bulum, where we can talk, Andrew Tambak Bulum, Director, where we can talk about this. Good evening and welcome to the program, Director.
Thank you very much, Ivan.
And same way so inside the program from the Customer Relations Unit, I get with me Customer Relations Officer and the person of James and Sumana. Good evening and welcome to the show.
Yeah, good evening, Fambul. Good evening, Sir Ivan.
And make I remind you, so yourself can be part of this program by way they sending you questions, your comments and concerns to the number 077-981-981. The number you will send you questions, your contributions and concerns now 077-981-981. Or say if you could drop a comment under the Radio Democracy Facebook page and we will bring and come to you inside the program. So I want to start this discussion with you this evening, Director of Finance. A lot of people go there about say the Sierra Leone Ports and Harbours Authority, a revenue generation agency or an institution inside the country. But the question where many go ask now, what are the major sources of revenue for the Sierra Leone Ports and Harbours Authority?
Okay, thank you very much. And I want to say good afternoon to Fambo out there and all the people in radio land. And also everybody go on for curious to know how we really generate revenue at the port. Before I dive into that one, I want to just lay the premise, say the port, we now one of the critical gateway in Sierra Leone when it comes to revenue generation. We now that channel lay, government they get money for contribute greatly in the domestic revenue. So, before I go into the areas then really where they get revenue from, but I just lay this one again and say, let people to understand this. We know that the port since 2015, most of our functions they don't diverge into the private sector. We get two major concessionaires then at the port. We get the Freetown Terminal and also get the Nectar Break Bulk. When a bridges company, then they handle break bulk, 80% of break bulk. And then the FTL, then they do containerization. We then send a French company, then they exist. Okay? So the work will be they do before. Now we don't give to them people and the government deem and fit through privatization. Government deem and fit say, let people then come and do this thing for efficiency, operational efficiency. So you notice say we work there, all what we do, and then our people that earn now. So for generate this revenue, it don't scale down to specific areas then where would they get revenue from. We create the enable platform for other players then at the ports for let them generate specifically NRA, when are in charge with the statutory obligation for collect revenue. We all roll, we they bring the vessel come, a BAT. So that process where the BAT and on BAT, what we call marine charges, where they get small revenue from that point. Now one major area, like I said initially, say the port now a critical gateway, outside government they get revenue from. So that ship where they come, we get the expertise. We pilots them and they bring the vessel and come back. So that process they will get money from there. And also we storage facilities them. Since they don't do most of we functions that they don't give to the private sector, then facilities and they will get revenue from. So for the private sector where it come, they want for do something at the port, some they get for rehabilitate them, and also they want for use them for the purpose, intended purpose when they can at the port for. So we can give them on lease or rent, will they get revenue from that point. Then also the concession fees, where will they get revenue from? Of course, as we all know that this country, say, government get 20% shares na FTL operation where they do. So for every year, 20% they can to government, where then they give to the government of Sierra Leone as their own share. So from that 20%, we get 35%, where they can to the port for major rehabilitation at the port. Why we need that one day? Because for far too long, the port be done day in a situation, not able to attract bigger call of vessels. So the international auditors, they been come around and then DIM and VITSE will for meet up to standard as compared to other ports within the sub-region and beyond. So we they try for upgrade and make sure say we create the facilities then where it really fit for purpose, where we able compare with other ports them around. And then we know say, yes, this is not the port of Sierra Leone. So from that day, they will use for make sure say we get all things in the right. Then also we get license fees, throughput fees. So that they will get. And mind you, we are not subvented. Yeah. We they generate revenue by ourselves. In other words, they live by probability. So it takes sound financial management system for law to make sure say we're able for meet all we targets and we don't set as per budget. So trunk of waiting that they collect, NRA does that because they have the statutory obligation for do that one day. Then NRA your own role. But we create the platform for them for let them collect all the revenues that where they contribute greatly to the domestic revenue.
All right. So with these revenue where the Sierra Leone Ports and Harbors Authority, these sources of revenue where they generate, through which the Sierra Leone Ports and Harbors Authority they generate copper. So how revenue performance na the Freetown ports do improve in recent years? Because one key thing we talk about has to do with living on probability. If the Ports and Harbors Authority collects more, the more it generates, the more it's able for do what you want for do. So how has revenue performance na the Freetown ports improved or within the recent years?
Like I make mention of efficiency, operational efficiency.
Yes.
Now one thing that they force way they make vessels then they come at the port. Yeah? Mm-hmm. So for improve that one day, you get for make sure say you get all the things that we involve for make sure say you're able to attract bigger call of vessels. For instance, the turnaround time, all those things, the operational service, when they give to them vessel, all those things nine counts for make sure say revenue they increase. Like I tell you, we all roll now for bring the vessel then through waterways and come through the channel and come at the port. When they come, we bat them. We forget all that thing and they in place for make sure see NRA gets a level playing field for able for collect the revenues then. So for law we improve that one day, operational efficiency, where this management don't embark on for the longest time for make sure say we get it right. I go get for can't dive into that one day. Probably where the time come. Let just say something. Let family them out there they able to understand what it really will they do for contributes to the domestic revenue.
All right, so Fam will continue for day with we in case you just join with this now the program Ports are where they come to you on Radio Democracy 98.1 and then also on Choice FM 93.3. And you get to Radio Democracy Facebook page. You can be part of this program by sending your questions, concerns, and comments to the number 077-981-981. The number you go send text message to now 077-981-981, or you can left comment na the Radio Democracy Facebook page, and we go bring and come inside the program. The program they carry on, and I'll come back to you, Director. With regards how the revenue they perform well, and of course also stating the fact that now from the authority they get a revenue and all of it. which strategy them the SLPHA don't adopt for like increase revenue collection and for like reduce leakages them? Because somebody go on for say, well, if we get all end streams there, so probably there are leakages, there are some this and that. So which strategies them the authority don't put in place for let we ensure that there is increase in revenue collection and then there are blockage of leakages?
Thank you very much. I just want to draw your attention back to history.
Yeah.
Before when the ports have been service port, people get this notion, this perception out there, say, well, you can't Awataki, if I can't make money, if I can't gentry within the twinkle of an eye. You understand?
Yes, sir.
So a lot of things that may happen where government they lost a lot of money. Why? Because it becomes so porous to a point that anybody can just count today. You go yonder, you go tifde. This one can you go so you make yonder, all of those things. But when we take over in 2018, this management, dim and fit say, we for make sure say we get a revenue. Because no part not in the world where development they enhance without money. You got to make sure say you get at this money and use it in the right direction where you get to make sure say the people of this country then say go happy. To start with, when we take over, we meet liability of 26.7 billion. Where we did our table as management. How do we go about that? For pay them. It was a huge liability. But we sit down, we look and say, this, it go fine for Lord make sure say we people that way they don't serve, where they don't work now, yeah? Lord we appease them. Lord will make sure say they're able to forget what they work for. So we sit down, we unravel a lot of things, we try for make sure say we get it right. What's how we get for tight, we tight them, we lock all the inside and day. We try for decongest the ports. And make sure, see, if you don't get business now at all, you're not for enter inside the port. We try for decongest that. And once I would know, say, the revenue they come out from, we try for make sure, say, we implement a system, a proper system, automated system, where it give you the correct figures, the correct collection what they get, and we'll be able to augment all of that 19 of the past right now as I speak to you. So when we portray that, we say from Momo Content to Sori Bangura, and I will pay after negotiation. I want to proudly tell the people of this country, say, we will be able to pay all that money. We pay all the severance benefits to them one and day. Yeah? So we come back, we say, we will continue, we will not go relent because we want to make sure say we get it right. See, in as much as we get with international partners, then we get an obligation. Well, for meet up to standards. And if we not meet that one day, we're not going to be able to attract bigger call of vessel. By the way, we ports don't be blacklisted for the longest time. Now we not they get bigger vessels there at all. So the revenue stream is so they down. It's so low. The revenue generation is so low. But when we begin for lock all the inside and day, we begin for tighten the screw. We put proper mechanism in place. Through automation, physically, all of them systems and procedure. So you reach out to that point.
So you touched something on the fact that before then time there, so we mean they get a very low call of vessels them, and even the ports being blacklisted. Yes. Has that changed now with regards to the call of vessels them, the volume in that? And if yes, within probably a criterion or within the criteria them where probably the ports don't follow, we don't make like there has been a positive change. If not, why is it that way up to now?
There has been a drastic change that I can proudly say to the people of Sierra Leone. Yeah? From that November 9/11 in America, where they set up an audit for the audit in terms of security all over the world. Where now one of the processes that one day, any ports on the world, then for audit, you will call the ISPS audit. Where auditors and they come from the US, then they can assess on a port. Yeah. When they assess for security threats and they make sure say all the things then where they don't recommend, we're not able for implementer. If we're not implementer, nobody know the left investor for CAM. For CAM, outside security, not guaranteed. Outside systems and procedures, no day. So when we fix up all those things, we try for make sure that we get our rights as compared to other ports within the sub-region and beyond. We don't see other ports then For instance, we belong to the port management of West and Central Africa, where we don't we go see other ports, and what they do, we learn from them, we come back again and implement them. So those things don't help we get lay for make sure say bigger call of vessels now with the can at this port, because we'll be able to pass the audits for 4 consecutive times with flying colors, 70 and above. I can proudly say that. Where they can do this audit and say we are fine. And I make you see bigger vessels they come. Now it come back now the port, and revenue they increase. It come up small, it come up small. As I say, what in the port they generate goes to the domestic revenue. And that domestic revenue, now in government they use for undertake major capital projects them right across the country. So let people understand that one day. We are making those contributions directly to the consolidated fund for make sure the government gets enough for take care of the police, the military, the teachers, make bridge, make roads, and so on and so forth. So it takes proper management system. It takes proper processes, procedures for make sure we able to generate this revenue. So as I say earlier, we just create the environment, the platform for the statutory bodies then for them able to collect their revenues and go to the consolidated. Besides what we get from them other small areas, where would they augment we own activities and at the port.
All right, continue for the way to the program in Andrew Tambakulung in the Director of Finance, now the Sierra Leone Ports and Harbours Authority. Where don't they tell we about the revenue streams them or sources them where the Sierra Leone Ports and Harbours Authority get for let it generate copper for in self and in work, and same way so for support national development. And they also don't they talk about the fact that because of putting strategies in place, because of meeting certain criteria, the port of Freetown, way before now, they don't be a blacklisted port. Don't change. It's a thing of the past. That's why even make we don't get an increase in the call of vessels. Now, if you go over now the port, Klein Town, you definitely not say on a daily where they get tons and tons of containers them, of cargo, of goods them where they come in. These are a result of the fact that, there is trust with regard security, with regard safety, with even regards the systems and mechanisms that were in place. Continue for the with the program they carry on, and it is on Radio Democracy 98.1 and on Choice FM 93.3 and on Radio Democracy Facebook page. You can be part of this program where you send you comments, questions, and concerns to the number 077-981-981. 077-981-981, or you go drop a comment na the Radio Democracy Facebook page, and we will definitely bring and come for you inside the program. I come over to you, James and Sumana, Customer Relations Officer at the Sierra Leone Ports and Harbours Authority. Where people hear the nomenclature, the name Customer Relations, it beg the question for letting know what in this day about. So, waiting at the role of the Customer Relations Unit in enhancing service delivery at the port, especially again on the side of the customers then?
Thank you so much, Mr. Ivan, for that wonderful question there. As you say, the Customer Relations Unit, they play a very great role in any institution. As the name implies, the Customer Relations Unit, now the focal point of any institution where somebody can an institution, the first point of contact now for any inquiry or any complaint, the Customer Relations Unit, they play that role. Now, some years back, we all be say people and where they go to the ports, so many complaints then they come regarding how things then they go. So the management total fit say the best way we able for get how this complaint they are going to be able for put in place. Let we establish a Customer Relations Unit. Initially, the Customer Relations Unit be there together with the Media and Public Relations, now be one unit. But the management total fit say, for let people forget a correct way how people are able to get inquiry and make them complaints, let we separate the Customer Relations Unit from the Public and Media Unit. So the credits unit, with the primary role, now for let people forget complaints and inquiries, purposely for inquiries, anybody where they go to the port, for label for make inquiry about anything about activity in a port, we are the first point of contact. The Customer Relations Unit they for give you every inquiry you need to know about the port. And if you get any complaint about anything so far, about any activity in the port, the customer relations unit, that's now one of the reasons and the way they create this unit, and that now one of the roles and the also we roll as a unit now for law make sure say we promote customer satisfaction, because customer satisfaction goes a long way in any institution. If customer are not satisfied, then the institution in credibility could be, or in performance could be questionable.
In fact, if you don't serve your purpose, or you different.
Exactly, that needs to have the purpose you for. So the credit units, so that people for give that satisfaction out their way, the public, especially the port users, where they want. So basically, that's not the main role they play. We also serve as a liaison, an intermediary between the management or SLPHA and the port operator, the port stakeholders there. We do normally get frequent engagement with them as a unit. We get engagement
just before you go that far, you mentioned the fact that the customer relations unit of the Sierra Leone Ports and Harbors Authority, they serve as a bridge,
yes,
a link or a liaison between the authority and customer them and other stakeholders.
And the ports, yes,
now the ports, because of the fact that the ports now landlord operating on a landlord model.
Exactly.
Yes. So how the Sierra Leone Ports and Harbors Authority they engage customer them and stakeholder them for make them able to understand their needs and then concerns, because you mentioned in your initial presentation,
yes,
say,
yes,
as a unit, we are there for ensure customer satisfaction and customer want and needs them.
yes.
So how the SLPHA through the customer relations units they engage customer them and stakeholder them for making able to understand their needs and concerns them.
All right. Thanks once again. As a unit, as I say, we primarily role now for engage both customers and stakeholders in the port.
Yeah.
But let's start with the stakeholders. When we talk about the stakeholders in the ports, I want to let the public understand this. The stakeholders refers to the private sectors where they don't devolve their main activities in the ports, just like how the director say, the director of finance say. The ports initially might be a service port, but now a landlord port. So SLPHA, the Sierra Leone Ports and Harbors Authority, they play the role of a landlord, which means we monitor, we supervise, and also regulate the activities of the ports operators or the stakeholders, as we can call them. So there are different ways where we engage them port stakeholders here. Yeah. Let me start with the stakeholders, how we can engage them. First, the management can engage them by consultative meetings. Management can always make sure they get a meeting with them port stakeholders there as to how, if there's any issue, how they for resolve them. And also, we get with the port they call port operators meeting. Now, a monthly meeting where they hold every month, where all operators now the ports, including Freetown Terminal or AGL, Customs, NSBT, all the port operators then get a meeting where they get every month. That is one way, and that meeting they now the director of operations are monitoring, like you normally chair or a representative. Then for make sure say manage SLPHA they engage the stakeholders. And even we as a unit, the customer relations unit, we they get one-on-one, face-to-face engagement with the stakeholders. We are in which you get we quarterly tour we can make. We can make a quarterly tour to all the port stakeholders and we engage them. Now coming to the customers, how we can engage the customers, it's very simple. We now the customer relations unit, as I tell you earlier, we major role and follow we able for give correct service to all customers the way they come. So we they engage the customers in a different way. One of the ways by how we they respond to the inquiries the way they can come. But we can get a lot of inquiries. Some people like to come, let me container for come, so time, but I don't know we say they now. But normally when they can come, we make sure we refer them to the appropriate and the relevant authorities or the relevant operator or stakeholder at the port. For example, if somebody come with an issue, who knows say this one, a day at the purview of or it's a responsibility of AGL, African Global Logistics, where or Freetown Terminal, we can say this one, Athena, now then for handle this. Or if there anything we got for do with customs, we they make sure say we take that individual there, we can go to customs, we say we will get the correct answer for a question or for inquiry or a complaint. So we also they as a customer we work on something what we call a customer tow line. Very soon we will make that proposal to management. We are in customer then go to reach we by a kind of a tow line. where customers then go anybody will get a concern who want to make, you go reach through the port by through the customer relations unit. Yeah. Then also we don't create a suggestion box. Sometimes in 2022, we thought and feel say, since not to everybody to get chance for come at the port, let we engage with port users and at the various port facilities. We so management they get for support, they get for finance that project day. We make suggestion boxes and all over the port facilities. We pin and one within the entrance, the footbridge. We put one on Service Square. We carry the other one go na Kisi Terminal. We cross the one over na Tagreen. The one we put on government wharf. So all of this now for we tell the people, we educate people and say, if you get any concern, you never work go down client town, make it concern, put it inside this suggestion box. We they do weekly routine, we they go follow see what people are concerned. Yes, people are the right some concerns that we get. So these are some of the ways we don't engage with customers them and the public out there on port activities.
And that's continuing.
Yes, it's continuing.
Okay,
it's
continue
a
for
continuous
the
process.
program. Ina James and Sumana, in our customer relations officer at the Sierra Leone Ports and Harbors Authority. We're going to talk about how then don't they ensure customer satisfaction and customer relation on the Sierra Leone Ports and Harbors Authority. In case you just joined me and you want to be part of the program, you can send your comments, questions, and concerns to the number 077-981-981. 077-981-981, or you go drop you comment on the Good Democracy Facebook page and we go bring and come for you inside the program. Now come back to you, Director of Finance, Andrew Tambakpulum. So technology now one thing we across different phases of society, across different walks of life, we don't bring so much ease, we don't bring so much improvement in the work where people in the do. And over time, the Sierra Leone Ports and Harbors Authority don't introduce different technological gadgets them for bring things them kind of easy or seamless. So how has the introduction of technology enhanced revenue generation? Because over time we've been get somebody from the security and intelligence now been talked to me about how technology don't impact security and intelligence. We don't see again how technology they impact other areas them. So if I'm gonna go on to know how technology don't impact or go impact or the impact revenue generation now the Sierra Leone ports.
Thank you very much. Of course, we know say we're in the digitalized world now.
Yes.
All over the world today, for every country where the economy is stable, the economy they do well, it takes digitalization, it takes technology.
Yes.
So for a nation like we, Sierra Leone, if you really want to get more revenue and be self-sufficient, Lord do well by ourselves. We not all tell they depend on it. We for really embark on digitalization, technology. Yeah? I get for narrow down to SLPHE. Now, before, like we on department, the finance department, we are the head. Yeah, we use a software with a Great Prince 16. But as technology don't improve, follow make sure see we follow systems and procedures and processes within the port for generate more revenue. We begin for expand the Great Prince to 365. That 365 software we use, we incorporate from the point where the vessel they reach, it don't bat the pilot sheet from operations, take account to harbor departments, take account to internal audits, take account to finance. It takes systems where we don't automate everything. Okay? So now, in we on small scale, as an authority, we look at we exit gates. Before now, paper no more they use. You know, that manual thing. We sit down as management, we say, no, within my field, there should be a transformation. There should be a transition this time around, because sometimes they will tell you, say, the paper don't lost, the paper don't share, and every other thing. So we embark on this automated system where they use, where they speak to the gate. From operations, they speak to the gate. Yeah? So now all of them in the day, I believe, say all the players them inside the port, every player inside the port then gets their own system well automated. So that are the reason where government demand fits it well. It will be nice for law to get a single window system. What's not the single window system? The single window system now an integration of various systems within the ports, the players they within the port. It be like a one-stop shop, system. So now, how are they the benefit with family out there? If you get your phone, so you got to pay this due, you got to pay these charges, you got to pay this duty, you got to pay CTN, you got to pay Bolori. You don't need for kill yourself or neither somebody take your money and run away with them. You can there and use your phone, you don't have your oaths, just a click of buttons. You don't do all your payments. At the end of the day, you continue the commercial full. It then na your doorstep. You understand? So this government they try for institute right now. And government as I don't say we don't lose a lot of money. Yeah. So in we own parts, we scale down, we narrow and down for make sure say the small money we they collect, we automate them. And then don't they give you credence now to even when external auditors in the camp, they do extremely well. Why? Because everything is being automated and we have a bigger version of the Great Print with a 365, the GP Dynamics 365, where it incorporates all outside the billing system, they go, all of those things, it incorporates them. And at the end of the day, the shipping lines, they're able to know what's in they pay. They pay straight to the bank. As they pay to the bank don't alert me. I can then at my office and sit down, my computer they tell me, say, yes, so payments don't be credited to your account. So it takes automation. It takes a very good technological instrument for make sure that anything they happen. So similarly, for the government of Sierra Leone, I have been part of the technical committee for the single windows, where we don't make so much effort for make sure we get it right. As I speak right now, government will embark on that one day strongly. They don't do the procurement process, the supplier of that one day already done the try for fix one or two things together for make sure they roll them out. So that will help greatly where government will collect this revenue and it comes directly to the consolidated fund without human interference. Now this is what they try for avoid. The human interference aspect of it. Money, they can say money get power, no, so the root of the love of money is the root of all evil. So where money can be tempting to people. So one for make sure we turn the port to a cashless, port. So of recent, I don't engage commercial bank. We don't get a lot of discussion. The MD in a commercial bank, and they said don't willing for give them service to the general public. When they go beyond their time, they don't stipulate saying now that the bank for lock. So we don't already give them space down the port. Then they come with the equipment and everything. Then get an outlet yonder. So go say, oh, I don't late for go pay. So then they do a 24-hour service. Not too long from now, 24-hour service go there inside the port with commercial bank. You want to pay your duty, you want to pay your CTN, you want to pay your Bolori, whatever charges where you pay for your container. It go be available for you with no hassle.
So that means with such thing from the Saloon Commercial Bank, it will just be in line with the fact that the ports they operate a 24-hour system. So even at any time, middle night, you can still go pay and do stuff.
Of course, we are doing 24 hours pilotage right across the ports. As I speak to you right now, we've started this one for over 2-3 years now. Yeah, so we don't make sure that the turnaround time, the volume don't increase. Service delivery, as I tell you, the operational efficiency of the ports, it don't really increase. Now I make you see versus the containers and now cargoes and when they go up to Mali, where Mali in a landlocked country, then they drop an air through Guinea, they pass. Because if you look the proximity from Sierra Leone to Mali, we are very close, more or less. If you go down to Kabbalah, Mongo, you are down to Guinea in Farana. Farana, you don't go Sigri. You understand? So prospects there for law will do more. Prospect there for let government generate more revenue if we embark on those things. Yeah, as I tell you, come to the port by next week. You go see, say, what's in the customer relation they talk now. So by next week, we don't provide a big television screen then we don't get for day like a service charter. So those things they inform the general public when the vessel they come, when it departs, waiting you for do. You see, you know what keep the people in isolation. We got to draw the people into the port, let them understand with systems and procedure how the port they operate.
Sure.
You understand? With due respect to we consignee and everything, those are people willing to help for make sure so they help you get your container out. But we want to make everything transparent. We are talking about a digitalized port. That is why where we are gearing towards right now. We want to make sure that the ports, you don't forget no hassle. If we're able to do everything in terms of technology, you see, you there America, you there London, you there any partner of the world, people they work out card.
Of course.
Anytime you go, I'm happy for the banks because they all done they try now, then they do the POS system. You go to a supermarket, you get your card, you want to buy something, you use the card, you buy. So that becomes a cashless thing. So that is where we are gearing towards now as an authority. And management don't work tremendously well.
And that's the enhanced transparency and accountability.
It enhances transparency and accountability.
Yes.
That are one project now, the way they tell you, and they assure the general public, say, come next week, when you come to the port, you go see, say, we don't get a service charter, where go just like where they fly out, or you didn't at airport. Then they tell you when you flight for come, when they flight for depart, when you for arrive, all those information. People need information, yeah, about certain operations, then what they do yonder. Then another thing where they talk again, like for we exit gates now, we they come modernize that one day. We exit gates, we get a boom gate. All those gates now, they get for be automated. If you want commoner though, we get a QR system, QR code where they put to your vehicle, and also it speak to the gate. Once you don't do all your processes then, that communication, the human interaction, no, hey, na me and gate, not to me and gate, then they know the day again. Because as technology don't increase, it makes sure that the vehicle they speak to the gate and the gate will just open. It is all over now, other ports them now, so they work.
All right, let's continue for the way the program. Family, in case you just join with this now, ports are where they come to you on Radio Democracy 98.1 and same way so on Choice FM 93.3. You same way so to get to Radio Democracy Facebook page. If you want to be part of this program, send your comments, questions, and concerns, your contributions to the number 077-981-981 via text message. 077-981-981, or you can drop a comment on the Radio Democracy Facebook page, and we go bring on the concerns and they will answer your questions, and we go note your contributions as the program they carry on. Today we talk about revenue generation and ports development, and same way so they drop more on customer relations and satisfaction inside the program. I want to bring you come into this discussion, James, from the customer relations unit. Not only talk about different things, them including waiting una mandates be, which is for una ensure that there is customer satisfaction, in as much as the ports they do in business and all of it. So, which mechanism them uno don't put in place for customers and stakeholders and for me able to understand the needs and concerns them? Because one thing is for they are able to reach out to you. For why want something or why need something. But make you always tell people the first step for you get what you need, now for know what you need. So which mechanisms I don't put in place for customer them and stakeholder them for able to understand the needs and concerns them?
All right, thank you so much. As I said earlier, since we primary rule as a unit, now for we able to coordinate between management and stakeholders and the customers there. We don't try to put so many mechanisms in place as to how customers then go know these are some of their needs. One, we can always make them very clear. Whenever you as a port user, you be consignee or you be anybody go for do clearing, you get a concern. Anything so far, whenever you get a concern, make sure you reach out first to the appropriate authorities. No. Just like, for example, don't just take to social media or begin for brings assumption the way, where it's baseless. So we can always make sure, we can always tell them, whenever you get a concern, make sure, you reach out to the appropriate channel. If you're not able to reach out to SLPHA directly, SLPHA get, post gets stakeholders then, they get operators then. All of these operators there then get the offices. And I believe, they all get the customer relations units department or units them. Reach out to them instead of you just go on social media or you do something, maybe you assume for something. Yeah. So like what basically we don't do, as I say earlier, Now, all of the engagement, we don't try for engage the customers there. The last time we don't try for conduct customer outreach. We try for customer education and customer outreach. We try for educate customers then, port users then, as to how they're able to reach the port. For example, you get any problem, instead of you just assume, contact the port authority. We have a customer help desk just by the car park. Yeah. So when you get there, ask for the customer relations unit. We then go direct you. I think if we don't come with a complaint to we, as I said earlier, we know say we know before solve them directly, or we not get a direct answer to that question day, or to that inquiry day, or to that complaint day, we can lead you to the appropriate stakeholder or the appropriate operator or the authority. These people go able for help you for solve your problem. So there are a lot. And one other thing where I say, some years back, I think 2022 to 2023, we will conduct what we call a customer perception survey. That survey we get for April a lot. That also management, we thank management so much because they support that one as well. Because they get for train, the people that will get for conduct, the staff that will be involved in that activity day, they get for train, we management be support, we will conduct that survey. We target all the ports facilities in the western area, almost everyone. So at the end of the day, we get a lot of findings where we know say these are some of the perception of the public or the customers about the port. So at the end of the day, we don't identify all that thing. We make some recommendations, we submit them to management, to the company secretaries. And to be honest enough, as we don't go along, I don't see that we don't implement some of their recommendations. Like what in the director of finance they make mention of, so the electronic big board and where they talk about, say by next week, people and go don't see them, they display. That was one of our recommendations we will do after that customer perception survey we will do. People like be suggest that at least if there is when I get something like a board, electronic big board, like how they see in other institutions then, where they display all service, everything, but now you go fine. So that was one of the recommendations we made to management. And I'm happy that that one management will take into consideration. Thank God we management are a listening management, and indeed that one has been materialized, just like how we don't hear it from the director not say by next week, by the grace of God, that one also go there.
All right. So
Up and running. And another suggestion we make or recommendation we make now be a suggestion box. As I said earlier, that one also they act on. Suggestion box and then now so many key places and you get anything. If you're not able to reach out to somebody directly, you can go drop on a suggestion box. Every week we they go around for check their box and yeah. So basically, these are some of the mechanisms we don't put in place as a unit in collaboration with the port operators and the customer unit then for able to see how best port customers then realize their needs and their concerns then. So now that's
okay. So Director of Finance, one key thing where people go on to know now that which challenge the SLPH they face in maximizing revenue, and how then challenge they are going to be addressed.
Thank you very much. To every achievement, there must be challenges.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not really easy. It's quite an Achillean thing, but management will try with level best for make sure say we do them. One of the things we will face now dredging. When I want one of the biggest thing and because due to we people them activities them na the inland, you know, a lot of silts, debris, everything they can down at the port. So that again they unbog the depth of the vessels them for really bad. So dredging are one key thing now and they what they do. We don't they really disturb with small when a big challenge at the port. We don't say so many challenges, we're not going to take everything. We're not going to address them, but as we go along, little by little, now so we'll take baby steps for make sure say we address them in one at a time. So if you ask me in terms of challenges, in terms for revenue generation, we don't say we get people then we really that they try for bypass the system, but will they try? We don't say we're not able to overcome all that one day, you know, at once, but will they try for minimize leakages? Will they try for make sure say we internal control mechanisms. That is very key. We internal control mechanisms now will strengthen. And also, we adhere to most of the recommendations then we all this Sierra Leone they give we, because now then they look with books, now then they check everything, and as a matter of fact, this management we get a responsible board. Yeah, in that board we get the Finance and Development Committee, when a facet of the board, where they can look into we books them every month. We don't do the monthly report, then they come, who sits in that board? The governor of Sierra Leone. If you know they come, he will send a representative. We get somebody from the Institute of Engineers, then they sit in the board. We get Dr. Adonis Aboud, where himself then at the board. We get Dr. Prince Adin, himself then at the board. And we Director General, himself they sit down at the board. When Mr. Yankuba Askiabio, when I don't steer the ship, all this while and they would they on we neck for make sure see service delivery be as part of we go what they try to achieve. So all those people they sit down, they look with finances, they look how they do. If we not do well naya, then they tell we say naya na the problem now, so you have to improve on this, work on this. So it takes a whole lot. Everything is just too transparent. And as somebody where you get a financial background, you can want for let them they check you so that you go able to know whether you perform or you know they perform well. You understand? Because as I tell you, the finance is just serve as a nucleus when they control all the activities then at the port.
Yeah.
So you get for balance the scale very well as per budget. We get a budget where they guide we for make sure see we not go out of that one day. And also most times we don't do that one, the Ministry of Finance. Now then they assess that one day. We go do we presentation at the Ministry of Finance. Where then say they look all of that what you want for spend at the end of this year, everything. Now then they look at. So there is nothing hidden under the carpet. Yeah. So for law we generate all the revenue, the proper audit mechanisms and also monitoring system is there in place.
All right. So for operate as a port, get to be a collaboration between both the public sector and that of the private sector. So how important are public-private partnerships in boosting port revenue?
It's very, very critical and it's very, very important. I can talk to me, fumble them out there. Because now this is what they say. Sierra Leone, if we not put hands on deck, we're not going to do anything. Until we all come together, we work as a team. We encourage the private partnership for coming. Just like I tell you initially that most of we function don't divulge to the private sector. The private sector don't come inside, they don't do their own investment. We therefore regulate and protect those investments and give them the leverage for let them operate. Yeah? And we're able to forget we own small revenue they get from that point. So for instance, I can give one example. The trucks that we'll get at the port right now, they're not enough.
Yeah.
For the longest time. They are not enough. Some they don't go bad. They don't want out. So now I make the SLRSA, the port management under the leadership of with Director General Mr. Yankuba Askiabio and the Deputy Director General, Madam Judith Boykose, they all don't come together, they don't agree, say. Vehicles that where they're not roadworthy now, they enter inside the port. And which is good for the safety of the people that are out there. So we encourage the private partnership. Sierra Leone, if we not get the money, people then they will not come together, buy trucks, Lord we come and invest in the port. So that we will able to get good trucks and for the move we container them out and make sure see they're able for deliver safely. Other areas in terms of warehousing, we can get the space, but we not get the money for do. We encourage the private sector for come. For come and let them do warehousing for goods and where they go able for store na the port, storage facilities and some other things, you know. So if we all look towards that direction, we say these ports now we only ports now the gateway, now a critical gateway for revenue generation now the country. At least Sierra Leoneans, it's high time we open we eyes and now to those things and come. So SLPHA, we are ready to partner with people. We are ready to partner with anybody where they're ready for come and invest at the port.
All right, continue for day with we now the program in the Director of Finance, now the Sierra Leone Ports and Harbours Authority, in name now Andrew Tambak Bulum. We don't they talk about how the Sierra Leone Ports and Harbours Authority they raise revenue. And it just be the try for tell we about how important public-private partnership day for boost the port revenue. Well, continue for stay with you in the program where we can take a short music break. And when we come back, we go turn the mic over to you where we don't listen, where we don't send messages. We go come read the messages out. We'll go for a very short music break done by Lady Felicia, Sweet Salon, and we'll be right back. Salon, now we country and now we sweet Sierra Leone. Welcome back. In case you just joined with this, your program Ports are where they come to you on Get the Democracy 98.1 FM and same also on Choice FM 93.3 and on Get the Democracy Facebook page. And today we don't talk about port revenue generation and same also ports development. And we don't talk about customer relation and waiting or how you for able for relate with the customer relations or for relate with the Ports and Harbours Authority or the stakeholders them through the customer relations units of the Sierra Leone Ports and Harbours Authority. If you don't send any new questions, if you don't send contributions to the program, and I time for that one, they might go back to you for let we go and take some of them on our comments Sunday and bring and come to the program. This one from Ibrahim Ozil Kamara, they say, great one, boss. For decongest the ports, na key priority at the moment. And they make steady progress in that regard so far. Kudos. C. Egbla, they say that are able FC of the Great Sierra Leone Ports and Harbours Authority. Political link on this one is quite long. They say, thank you, DG Yankuba Askiabio, for your leadership and for establishing strong systems that have positioned the Sierra Leone Ports and Harbours Authority for growth and efficiency. Today, SLPHA stands out for its data integrity, operational efficiency, and security standards. This achievement reflects your dedication, vision, and commitment to improving governance, accountability, and service delivery. Special appreciation also goes to the Finance Director for strengthening financial discipline, addressing long-standing debts, and not making staffs go hungry. Big thanks to the HR Director for prioritizing staff welfare. Your efforts have contributed to more stable institution while ensuring no staff member was left behind. Unfortunately, I'm not going to read all of that because it's quite long, like I say. This one from Arun Kabo, they say, well done FC for the apt presentation. Ibrahim Ozul Kamara again, they say, great improvements in ports operations, all thanks to our revered DG boss, Yankuba Askiabio, and Iron Lady and hard-working DDG, Madam Judith, and our rare gems. God bless them, and may they keep up the great job. Well, now that we get time for, I'll come over to you, Finance Director. So, we don't talk about revenue generation. They say, to whom much is given, much is always expected of. So with all this revenue the ports they generate, what are some of the major development projects and way the SLPHA don't undertake in recent years?
Thank you very much, Ivan. And this is very important for people that are the radio land, for let them really know the developmental activities and way don't happen at the port. Yeah?
Yeah.
You know, from the colonial time, we may get up to 6 baht, and around 2015, 2016, 2015, you know, another additional baht being come when about 7. So through that period, there was a transition when change of government comes, so we get 7 baht. Under this new administration and the government of Sierra Leone, with Nectar break bulk, we don't establish another new baht where the president may don't go open. Yeah? So now, as it stands, we don't get 8 baht. And this new baht, the length of this baht is over 270 meters, where it accommodates bigger vessels than now for CAM at the country. So we don't get 8 baht now, you know. Even when we been get massive ship for the longest time, massive ship been come, it occupy 1 baht. We were able for operationalize all them bats in the, I think that's not the short in the country again. So now one big boost now one day where I want to let family understand say, yes, we don't make a very big strive development now the port forgets an additional bat. And also, we don't get ports them where we don't open across the country, like the Pepel port, the CTC port, another one day way that they develop right now, gentle group of companies around the peninsula. Yeah? So those are things that way this government don't make frantic effort for make sure say we get all them ports in there up and running. So as we talk as management, we self they try for make sure say we administrative building. You know, for the longest time from when they say Queen Elizabeth Key II, where the Queen been can't open that place, it has been a long time. But now things don't change. Transition don't happen all over other ports in the world. Now Sierra Leone, I they talk again. Now Sierra Leone, now the other country where you get the administrative building inside the operational area. So this management, we don't try for move them out. As you go, we don't clear the place now for let them go get a new administrative building where very soon then they can turn the sword and we start that one day. And from but 3 to 6, then self be done the weekend. Government of Sierra Leone don't come in and say we need for rehabilitate all them bats in there. Where you go, you not go know, but waiting the under where they call the cattle and anode, all those Catholic protection underneath the bat of itself. Now only divers in the sea, if it don't go bad, but thank God the government don't intervene for Lord will make sure that we fix them and we will get more vessels than for bat. So a lot of developmental strives in there and the pipeline where maybe if we have opportunity next time we will come back again and talk to the people that let us know saying that this management under the leadership of Mr. Yankuba Askia-Bio, we now in the steer the ship for make sure say we're able to achieve all those gains.
A lot of developments don't take place now the ports under the leadership of Mr. Yankuba Askia-Bio. Continue for day with the program. So over to you, James, as we don't get much time now the program anymore. I get me concerned. I mean, a customer, yeah? I get me concerned whether it's about tracking, whether it's about clearance, whether it's about the Ports Authority in general. How me as a customer would lodge my complaint or my concerns, or how I'm able to get insight on anything at the port from the relations unit, the customer relations unit?
Well, I think for me, initial explanation will be done again.
Yes.
I don't almost make mention of something like that. Just like how you say, the scenario where you taking yourself as an example, you have a complaint, and how you will make that complaint, right?
Yes.
It's very simple, as I said earlier. If you are a customer out there, a port user or member of the public, you get any concern about ports. As I say, the first thing you need for know, now that who that now the appropriate person or institution or operator on a port where I need for which, that's the first thing you need to consider.
Yeah.
When you don't get that done, and then if you then direct you to the the customer relations unit, when you come, the first thing they tell you, what is your concern? You don't tell me your concern, say, na this, my concern. Right away, by virtue of a job, or because of na pot we they work, we already know, as you explain, so we know, say, this particular concern is falling under the purview of so operator. So right away, we take you to the appropriate person, yeah, the appropriate stakeholder, and they will take you.
Okay.
So, when you come with your complaint, as you ask, when you come with your complaint, we not just get for act on just like that.
Okay.
But if you come for inquiry, if we not able to give you the direct answer, because since now a landlord responsibility we they play, so we can direct you to the appropriate people. Who that we know say if na NSBT they in charge of that particular complaint, or if na Bolori, as we use formerly they call them, but now AGL, or if na customs. Yeah. Okay. So customers can get diverse ways the way they can make them complain.
Okay,
Port,
thank you
of
very
course,
much,
the port
James.
get
Thank you very much.
the
Thank you very much.
website and all that things then.
So we go bring Una back in the program next week because we
Okay.
don't get time anymore. Thank you very much for being part of the
You're
program
welcome,
today. I want to finally turn to the finance director in a minute because of time. As you part in statement, waiting na the SLPHA in revenue growth target for the next 5 years.
Thank you very much. I know say time not in favor for law. We'll talk more on that one day. But we want to see a sustainable growth, and we want to see say we revenue increase, we cargo volume go increase in the next 5 years, and also all the other ports and when they're in construction, then we're able for operationalize within the 5 years, and it will bring more revenue. You know, the ports now around the peninsula, group of gentle group of companies, and also the NITI 1, NITI 2, all of those things. In the next 5 years, with the CC, more revenue will get for the coming, as long as they don't begin to start for operation. They don't begin to start for operationalize then activities day. So what I want for left with Farm with them today, I want to let them get confidence in this management, and then let them get confidence, say, SLPHA, we're not servant, we're ready for serve the government of Sierra Leone, and we're ready for serve the people of this country. And we will make sure, say, we create the environment whereby everybody will know, say, yes, transparency, accountability, and service delivery.
Okay.
For we watch what and we're able to give the best to the people that are out there.
And we're able to give the best of the best to the people out there. Well, Fambul, now all that we get time for inside the program today. Remember, say if you want to access the customer relations unit, where you reach at the Queen Elizabeth II key, right now the entrance, usai they do security check. Just watch on your right hand side, you will see I'm bolding it in customer relations unit. Go there, you they meet young men and women over there. We're ready for listen to you and we're ready for address whatever you bring come. And also, remember, say the Sierra Leone Ports and Harbors Authority, they are for serve you for the best of the best as we fight and help towards ensuring there is economic stability and there is a positive contribution to the economy of the country in Sierra Leone. Plenty thank you to you, take it time for listening to you. We take it time for being part of the program through comments and text messages them. Now the program will left you. Now for join me again next week Wednesday, same time, same station for another edition of your program Ports Are. Till we meet next week, me will bring the program to you for Sierra Leone Ports and Harbors Authority. Me na Mark Ivan Karkmenivandi, the head of media and public relations. They say Tata.
For news, views, and entertainment, stay tuned to Society for Radio Democracy 98.1, simply the best.